Yeah, I'm ready. Wait, what did MJ say we're calling this again? Oh, right. No, I got it. I know we're live. Welcome to Monday Night Raw. Live. In person, live Raw. Well, hello.
Hello.
Welcome to News of My Fiance. Monday night, live, Raw, in person, Raw live. I did that wrong.
Yeah.
Sometimes
you just need to read the script in front of you.
It's true.
It doesn't happen all the time. Not for either one of us. I know personally, I never start on time. I don't know what happens. I'm on it. I read yours. Page gone. Don't know where mine is.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, what do I say? Hello? Hi. So that wasn't a shot.
Yeah. No, I didn't feel like a shot. Didn't feel like a shot at all. Okay.
I was getting confused, so my going along with it wasn't. It was like I was off beat.
But for anyone that's wondering,
nonetheless, you're here.
It is with Morgan Jones and DJ Ambush.
I am DJ Ambush.
Okay.
Thank you for joining us.
We are reporting live from the 5-alarm fire that is downtown Portland.
Hellscape.
Soon to be ground zero for whatever the hell Trump sends out here.
Well, it's already the hellscape.
Yeah. He's got to fix the hellscape, though.
I'm trying to do a Trump and apocalypse at the same time.
Trumpocalypse?
That's much better than I was going to get out.
Me like you. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate your support. Be a part of the text chat fam squad and join the conversation in the chat. Right now, we are up on Twitch. We are up on YouTube. And we are also up on Morgan's Facebook because something's wrong with mine. Yeah.
It's probably because Jess isn't here. We miss you, Jess.
Probably because Jess isn't here.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with that.
Yeah. Though I do want to just take a minute real quick and give you your flowers and standing ovation for doing all of it. And I think it's working.
Yeah.
It looks fingers crossed.
Things are looking good. Things looking all right.
High freaking five to Ambush.
We're getting some likes over on Facebook right now.
Okay.
All right.
AJ said, hi. Not here for the hellscape, just the laughs. Apparently I'm playing basketball right now.
Not mad at that.
Yes, thank you for being here. So shout out to our studio sponsors, L&J Industries, for providing such a dope space for us each week. Shout out to our production team, Kyle of Residual Audio, Jess, Ross, and our remote quality controller, Michelle, for making sure that this show happens every single Monday. And of course, shout out to y'all for watching, listening, engaging with us, being in the chat.
Hey. Now, before we get started, fiancés, please make sure that you tap that like button, subscribe, comment, and ring that notification bell so the algorithm gets a chance. Wait.
Ooh.
So the algorithm gets engaged with us too.
There it is.
Yeah.
Did you have a flutter?
I did.
Ooh.
I did. I saw another cursor in the text and then in the script. And I thought it was Kyle. And I was like, oh, Kyle's in there. It wasn't.
Turns out it was me.
Yes.
And I accidentally hit buttons and had to delete it real quick.
Become a member over.
The delay, though.
Yeah.
Come on. That was almost a full minute ago. Sheesh.
Become a member over at patreon.com/News of My Fiance. Check out everything we have going on at newsofmyfiance.com. And yeah, let's get this quality time popping. Let's get it popping.
Let's do it.
Are we done?
Well, I should announce what we're going to talk about later in the second half.
Yeah.
We're going to be on time today. First of all, fiancés, we're not messing around. Okay? 7:20 is break time because we got to be back on board.
We're not messing
on the
around.
Train to Informationville at 7. Takeoff is 7:30. And what are we going to be talking about? I know how many days it has been since 4 days or something like that.
Since what? Since
Kirk Day.
Yeah. Since Kirk left this place.
That's the way to say it.
Yeah.
And I know that you have been inundated with a lot of things. I'm seeing a lot of different headlines and stuff, and I'm luckily not seeing the things that you're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing the aftermath, or the people addressing how ridiculous people are being, but I'm not seeing the people being ridiculous.
Oh, okay. People are being quite ridiculous.
I think I said it.
People being super ridiculous.
So what I did notice, though, is that folks don't know who a lot of these players are. Mm-hmm. They're like, Ceci. Hi, Ceci. There's a bunch of names that have been thrown around in these last 4 days that I'm shocked that people are like, who's mm-hmm. that? What's that group? Mm-hmm. Who? Nick what? Like, and this is not me trying to in any way say we solved it. We know what happened.
Right.
The Groyper did it. Like, that's not what we're going to be talking about in that regard, but definitely, like, who are these people? So who is Nick Fuentes? What does it mean to be a Groyper? Also, this is just a playbook. It is a shitty remake. Ooh, did I make it not too many minutes?
That's all right.
It's a shitty remake. There's just this is the same thing over and over and over. And I'll do my best to rein in the curse words throughout. But like,
do what you gotta, bro. Live your life.
None of it is unprecedented. And so we just we got to talk about who these people are, what they're doing, and, a little bit of the history of how not so long ago, just 2010. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There was this same version, and it just repeats itself. So the less we talk about it, the easier it is for people who mean well to have the most insane takes about an actual dangerously destructive person.
Yeah. Easier for them to have uninformed and loud opinions, which is what I've been seeing for the last God knows how long.
Say it one more time, I'm sorry.
I said easier for them to have the most uninformed and loud opinions, which is what I've been seeing all over my timeline.
And how is that different from the last thing mm-hmm. that happened? Mm-hmm. And then the last thing that happened and the last thing that happened? Like this is...
I think the key difference this time is watching, people of color defend a Nazi. So that's, for me, that's like that's a key difference. It's just like, okay, y'all have lost it now. Like, this is wild. This is super wild. I'm not doing that with you. I'm not going to do it with you. No. It's a no. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to be talking about Nick Fuentes. You said, what's a Groyper?
Groyper, please. Groyper. Let's not get hit with some sort of slander charge. I mean, definitely your body, my choice comes
type
from
vibes.
But, I mean, that is literally his phrase. But, we're going to talk about that and the connections just to how this is. We've been here before. We'll be here again, especially if we just continue to pretend like. Or not even pretend that if we just get stuck at these surface things and we're talking about like political violence in the way that they are now framing,
this particular type of situation as political violence.
Right.
And how it also only happens on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
We'll also be discussing the Trump administration showing some favoritism toward HBCUs.
No, what's the catch?
While making cuts to other minorities, college funding. Yeah, there's certainly going to be a catch.
Well, no, like literally like, hey guys, we're going to give you more than we said we would give you before.
And we're also going to stop funding.
Well, but don't ask me where the money comes from because I'm taking it from this bag over here that's already promised to people. Like, is that what you're saying?
Precisely.
Tight.
Yeah, precisely.
I mean, this is no different than how he ran any business. So
None.
I wonder what what the brownie point here. What's he doing it for? I guess we'll talk about that.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But before all of that, just, you talked about what the last when did it happen? There was Wednesday? We went on the news on Thursday. I believe it was Wednesday, right? That Nick not Nick. That,
see, misinformation.
Yeah.
See how quick it happens?
Charlie
I think it was
Kirk
the 10th.
was taken out of here.
So,
was the 10th?
whatever that means.
Yeah, I think that was Wednesday. So, yes, it happened. Like I said on last week's show, I did not believe it when I saw it because that's how I found out. Like, I saw it. That's how I found out for sure. Prior to that, I was in a couple text threads and I was like, no, this can't be real. Like, nah, you guys are, jumping to conclusions, TMZ and stuff. Right. Chill out, relax. And then I was like, oh. And even when I saw it, I was like, this has got to be AI. But then I started seeing, from credible, credible sources. It was like, oh, okay. And immediately, in the side of Threads or Twitter where I am, I started seeing people like, hey, so that happened. What are you having for lunch?
Right.
Like, that was the initial response. It wasn't celebration. It was just
moving on.
But then what I started to see in opposition to that was people saying you shouldn't be celebrating this and how dare you, and this family just lost a father and a husband, and I was just like, okay, while these things are true, this is a very horrible person, and I don't think you should be finding ways to try to reshape their history. Like, I'm pretty sure he's proud of everything he's done.
Oh, super proud.
Let him rock.
Like, he'd probably be disgusted with the way that a lot of people are defending him. Yeah.
Yeah, Ceci says she thought it was AI too. It just
Hi, Michelle.
Shelly Show. So that was my initial response. Like, all right, everybody pipe down. But then I started seeing like comparisons to Malcolm X and MLK, and the rest in peace started popping up, and it was Trump makes the announcement we're going to fly flags at half mast. I'm like, wait, what is going on right here? What is happening? So then I head to the most dangerous place on the internet, Facebook, and what do I find on Facebook? High school classmates, friends from yesterday's of hip hop days of old. You know what I'm saying? And all these R.I.P. Charlie Kirk situations. And I'm like,
in what regard?
I said, you know what?
I just don't even, like, in what regard?
No. I said, you know what? I'm not going to go back and forth. I'm not going to go back and forth with them. I am just simply going to block, unfollow,
unfriend.
I unfriend you.
Yeah.
That's, I'm not going back and forth.
That's the route you went.
Yeah. And then I did my post about it, which I think I shared on Instagram as well. And, people going back and forth in the comments. And I'm just like, you guys don't know who this person is. Maybe chillax. Instead of you being surprised at my take, maybe get a better understanding of who this person was and figure out where you stand on that. I remember going back and forth with someone to the point they just kept defending. I was like, is this the way I find out that you voted for Trump? Sis, did you vote for Trump? They disappeared.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dang.
Well. But yeah, man.
Proud to be an American, guys. There's a bunch of songs about it. Do. If you're doing it, do it.
If you're going to do it, do it. But it for sure was, we always have different issues that pop up that give us the, what I'm looking for. Give us the opportunity to cleanse our friend groups and Facebook situations. Like,
Sure.
oh, okay, I don't just disagree with you on this. You are wildin', and it's a no for me. Delete, delete, delete. This was different because there were so many people of color, and then so many like people that I thought I was in community with from a hip hop standpoint that were completely 100% doubling and tripling down, and it was like, whoa.
Okay, I got a couple of.
I did not expect that. What you got?
Well, my question is doubling down on what? Just like I guess I just don't understand the premise. These people just say R.I.P. to the great man that was Charlie Kirk. And then there are people that are like, yeah, not a great man. And they're like, how dare you? Dead man. And
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, but not great man. Like, so then, yes, not here anymore, but also not great. And then they're like, no, actually, great man. Is that what's happening?
It's more so,
I need help.
don't speak ill of the dead.
Oh.
What type of person are you to find pleasure in someone else's demise? It's far less.
Is it pleasure if you don't say, I don't know. I mean,
what are you going to say?
Like,
If you don't celebrate it?
right. Like, is it a celebration if you're saying not great guy? I don't know why I'm acting stupid. And I don't mean acting.
Right.
I don't know.
You're just confused as to what's on.
I just don't understand what any of this. What are we talking about? This is
Right.
what I'm saying. This can't be we can't get stuck at nothing. What are we arguing?
Right.
That he was a good man or not? Like, what are these people saying?
Bruh.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's quite confusing.
Forgot to put my earrings in.
It's she's like, dang. I'm all out of sorts.
I really am.
But no, like that's where I'm at. Like, what are we talking about? So for so many people, it didn't matter what he done or who he was. It was just that someone died, someone was killed. They had an opportunity to see it actually happen, and they were so triggered by it that that's the only response, the only acceptable response in the moment should be, oh my goodness, I can't believe this thing happened. R.I.P. Nothing about who he is, who he was, or any of that. Which is, I mean, that's cool for you if the things that he was saying didn't directly affect your ability to live. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have that privilege that the things Charlie Kirk believed and was espousing and was going on college tours telling people, if that didn't directly affect your humanity, then sure, I guess you
hit
could.
Your door.
Yeah, I guess that works.
Cecily in the chat said, people are saying things like, no one deserves to be shot dead. But these folks aren't saying that about the genocide we're live streaming for 2+ years. Mm-hmm. And he wanted gun violence, so didn't he die doing what he loved?
A lot of people would say that.
Fantastic work. They're not saying anything about the genocide. They're not saying anything about the kids that were shot the same day at a school.
No.
They're like, there is no, we're never going to find it. You know, like we're never going to find where they are consistent in a way that is not harmful. Like, they're super great at being consistent in harm.
Right.
But in compassion, not so much. And it very much is, our guy was hurt. I mean, it's like the police. Like, when a police officer gets harmed, all of a sudden, every single body in the city has their uniform pressed, ready to go, and they're ready to mobilize because you're not getting one of ours, right? It's like that. They're doing that for a podcaster, and I don't mean that in a disparaging way, but like, let's be for real.
Right.
The weight of the federal government, the president announces that you were shot and not the mass shooting at a school, didn't say anything about it. Like, there was a state representative, right? Yeah. Oh, no, she was like the speaker.
Yeah.
I don't think he said anything. And none of what I'm saying right now is new. None of what, but I just don't understand I don't understand how we even get to why do you have a strong opinion if you don't know who this person is?
Right. You shouldn't.
Why do you have so many feelings? Or so much to say? How do you have much to say if you don't know who this person was? It's just wild to me.
Yeah, it's simply, I saw something that was so very horrible, and I need you to sit in this place of pity and despair with me. That's it. But what to be sad about? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Did you see what I saw? Then the only acceptable response now and reaction is grief. That's it. If you don't have grief, you are a monster.
Michelle said, honestly, at some point starts feeling like people are spooked at the violation of the idea that being part of the ruling class makes you immune to being on the other end of the gun.
Ooh.
Listen, that. It's like I have so much to say and feels not just tongue-tied about it, but very much what's the point? How many different scenarios do we need for us to literally just be able to see through certain things? And I'm not saying that in the way of any sort of conspiracy to what has happened to him. I mean, see through all of the shit that they're throwing at us right now for us to just, I guess, kill each other with. You know what I mean?
Right.
How many different ways can this happen? Before collectively we're oh, they're doing that thing again.
The thing they did last time.
Man,
it's
that's
that
the
again.
exact same thing they did last time. Whoa, wait. They're running it back. Because the conversations are the same every time. They never get deeper than they need to. And I'm not going to spend more time complaining about that. Sorry. The entire point of the show is to give it more context. So we will talk more about that in the second half.
Yeah.
And I just, especially with the other thing we
just found out happened.
Just found out.
So do you want to jump to the Mamdani thing and then come back to that before the break? So we can take a break after covering that?
I like where your head's at.
Okay.
Way to produce.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
So in local news, which is New York news,
yes.
Mamdani,
my favorite local news is New York news,
is going after big ticketing. What does this mean, you ask? What does this mean? What does this mean? I will tell you. So on September 10th, 2025, Zohran Mamdani, who was running for mayor of New York City, initiated the Game Over Creed. Creed. Petition to oppose FIFA's new dynamic pricing system for tickets to the 2026 World Cup. Mamdani opposes FIFA's plan to set... New
dynamic pricing?
Well, maybe it's new for FIFA.
Okay.
Mamdani opposes FIFA's plan to set ticket prices based on demand, citing price gouging that will exclude working people from attending matches near New York. The tournament will be hosted in 16 cities across North America with 8 matches, including the final scheduled at the stadium located just outside New York City in New Jersey. Mm-hmm. Tickets start at $60 for group stage games and could rise to $6,730 for the final under FIFA's variable pricing model, which has sparked criticism from Mamdani and fan groups. Mamdani called for capping resale prices and reserving 15% of tickets at discounted rates for locals, emphasizing this is a part of a broader affordability crisis affecting working people.
Man, shout out to him.
Bruh.
That's absolutely beautiful. I should have done a little bit more reading into your warm-up story because that makes me have a few questions. And like one of them is where does FIFA normally go that they wouldn't be having
dynamic pricing? So, with the extensive background in ticketing that you have, could you give people a little bit of insight into dynamic pricing?
Oh, sure. That's easy.
I was like, you're looking like, where else am I going to go with this?
So you say extensive, and then that makes me think I'm supposed to be an expert, and I'm like, oh, do I remember how to do anything? What's my password? That's what happens in my brain. Yeah, dynamic pricing. What's to know? This is a sales mechanism that has been happening for years. Depends on your whatever the event is, depends on your venue, depends on the ticketing system you use. So, I suppose you could be a touring artist and definitely go to venues that do not have dynamic pricing, and you wouldn't know anything about it if, as a touring musician or something, or performer. But most mid to large venues have a larger ticketing system, So dynamic pricing has been a thing for, it could be usually the promoter or the presenter of whatever the event is. They're gonna have a base ticket price for however many different ticketing levels you have. And then they're going to tell you what the dynamic price is so that once X happens, trigger this dynamic price. So
from a consumer standpoint, I see Clips is coming to town.
Yeah.
Not that they're going to play a venue this big, but they're going to play for the state of the exercise.
Yeah.
They're at, what was it called? Theater in the Clouds?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Tickets
they would sell that.
Yeah. Tickets are $100.
Okay.
All right. Now, depending on what level, maybe it's $150 here, $200 there.
Okay. Well, that's different than tickets are $100.
Well, I was saying, so starting it. I should have said that.
Okay.
Tickets are starting at $100.
Okay.
All right. And then depending on where you are, because that's
3 ticket prices, $150, $200.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So if I'm like, I think I could spring for the 150. I think I could spring for the 150 each for us. I can do that. All right. Bet. Boom. I go and buy those.
Yeah.
All right. Where does dynamic pricing happen in that scenario? Is it someone coming behind me and now what I bought for 150, once they've sold 100 tickets at that level, now the venue's deciding, this level's moving.
It's a hot potato.
Okay.
Right? And we're going to want to make sure that we maximize every moment with that hot potato.
Right.
So, yeah, if the tickets go on sale and it's the base ticket price until whatever the trigger is, that's the price you saw, the 150. Now, sometimes you might be hitting that refresh, or your tickets were in the cart and you hit the refresh and you're like, what happened? My tickets aren't in the cart anymore. You might have just been in the master refresh of the dynamic pricing change.
And then you go
back, it might be $220 for the ticket you just looked at. But it wouldn't be that much.
Got you.
Normally.
Got you. So you said there's...
As a regular sale.
Right.
Meaning through the place that you're going to, not a third party like buying broker seats.
Yeah. So you said a trigger happens. Is a trigger the amount of the way you said it was there could be several different triggers.
Yeah.
The only thing that comes to mind for me would be once they hit a certain number of tickets sold, now they would change.
Could be.
Okay. What's another type of trigger that could cause the price to change?
How quickly they're selling.
Oh, okay.
How many are being held in a cart versus converting to a sale? Are they going out the door?
Okay.
The demand's there, baby.
Okay. So whatever basically reflects demand, the amount of sales, how quickly it sells, that can
I'm going to say that the phrase demand pricing is doing a lot of work. It's telling a story that it wants you to trust and believe.
Okay.
It's saying the demand is so high. What do you want me to do? Okay, I'm a capitalist. What do you want me to do? The demand is so high. There's only a limited amount of these tickets. Let me maximize, man. You're mad at me? What do you want me to do?
Got you. Okay.
So it's this sort of like hands up, don't shoot. I had nothing to do with this thing.
What am I supposed to do?
What am I supposed to do? This is it's demand pricing.
Got you.
It justifies it in the title.
Okay.
They don't need to do this. This is just, I mean, nobody needs to do this. It is literally just greed.
Wow.
It's getting what you can, you know? And that really has a lot. Okay, this isn't a ticketing segment.
Go ahead. Yeah. We're literally learning about ticketing. That's why. Yeah.
Well, but this is anyone being able to double dip in that regard. So basically, the industry is upset that third-party ticketing, third-party ticketing, you know, brokers are selling tickets depending on what the event is for hundreds of dollars more than what the base price ever would have been, demand or no demand.
So for clarity, third-party ticketing is like a SeatGeek or a StubHub, because for so many people,
that's tricky.
For so many people, that's like, this is just where I get my tickets. And if they haven't had any bad experiences, they're going to continue to shop through these outlets, not knowing that this is third party, and at any given moment, it can go bad.
I just got nervous.
Also, you're paying more than you should 9 times out of 10.
Yes, and yes to all of that.
Okay.
But here's where it gets tricky. The industry has legitimized, and I have many a question. It's the kind of thing that's like burning in the back of my mind that I know I want to look into, and I just haven't yet. So I don't really have the answer to this. Where is Jess when you need him? The industry is upset that third-party tickets sell for so much money. They can never go out the gate asking for that money. So instead of like eradicating that issue, because they have the capability, they have the ability to limit sales to your everything, to your every card linked to you if they want to.
Right.
They know the broker accounts, like every single, they just know. Anyway, if they would have shut that down in a way that mattered, they wouldn't be so jealous about that money, right? But then somehow they helped to like legitimize StubHub and SeatGeek, and they are now like ticketing platforms. So depending on, what I know about StubHub, they basically went the sports route and were like, we're going to go to arenas and try and be the ticketing for them. And they are for multiple.
Which is wild.
Which is for a person who was in that business for a long time. It's like, so y'all don't in any way remember what it looked like when the tickets would come from StubHub and they're just legit fraudulent PDFs. Like they're just copies of PDFs. They just change the date. Like all of that shit was so bad, and it could have been different. But Ticketmaster and the like did not see the value in that, and instead find ways to partake in that extra change you got lying around. Apparently, that you're willing to spend, and this is not blaming the victim by any stretch, but. There's something to be said when you'll spend like $500 on a Disney on Ice ticket.
Sure.
They are $25 to $100. Period, point blank. You have no business paying anymore.
Don't be caught out there.
But like it happens, and it's happened to every single socioeconomic, every single bracket of person. I have talked to every single kind of person who could be scammed by a ticket. Been there, done that. I lost the train. Where were we going?
No, you're doing a really good job. It may feel like you lost the train. You're doing a really good job.
Definitely does.
I mean,
sorry.
So you basically have explained the web that people get caught in, and I love that Zoran was like, "Hey, man, this type of thing matters. Or I to be mayor while this is happening, this is not something I would ignore." Like, I think it really does speak to his intention when something that you wouldn't even think of, like the everyday situations that he's constantly talking about. I want free transportation. I want affordable grocery stores. I want to eliminate food deserts. Hey, those ticket prices are too high. What can we do about that? It's like, wow, okay. These are things I just took for granted would not change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Capitalism sucks. It definitely makes you lose imagination. And like you don't have the capacity to even think about those things not being bad or not, you know what I'm saying? Like that the way that entertainment, the pricing out that is happening, it makes it completely like it's not just like prohibitive when it comes to being able to go or whatever. Like it is such an incredible drain on a city and its resources.
Oh yeah,
to host these kind of things, and then no one who lives there or around it could ever afford to go. Like it just doesn't make any sense for you to host it to get your like name out there. We know New York.
Yeah,
like what exposure are you getting? Yeah. Like what? So for me, it's like, nah, legitimately, you need. It's the right thing to do. It is, if we are going to have this huge thing that will likely, displace a bunch of people for however long.
Certainly. And we'll bring in the human trafficking.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Which, it is New York and the city never sleeps. And I'd say the trafficking probably never stops,
No. But with these large events, there's always an uptick in trafficking. Always. You see what Michelle said? Did you all prepare Morgan's Baldwin meme for its YouTube debut tonight? Because that's 2025 in a nutshell right there.
I'm going to make sure I put it in the Slack. If nice. I put it in the Slack, can it be the graphic that goes up?
Put it in the Slack, I can.
For the thing. Michelle, thank you for your production notes. They mean the world.
Joy said,
"Hi, Joy.
Hello, Morgan. Hello, Ambush. I have arrived."
Yes. Welcome. Welcome.
Yeah. So we have a good 10 minutes before break, and there was a late breaking story, at least for us anyways.
Yeah.
That popped up.
Yeah, you can't give me one task and then...
No, you can come back to that. Okay. So, the way Morgan read it to me, it was like, how did you not tell me this happened?
Yeah. I was like, I'm sorry for that.
Ambush, how did you... We're working the news. We're producing... Wait, what?
Let me please apologize. I definitely did. It was an accusation. Like I know you saw this.
I'm just as befuddled as you are. I had no idea this happened. But apparently a black student was found hanging today. The authorities their initial response and reaction is that this has been foul play. And class says that it was foul play.
No.
No?
No. That
says foul play.
Oh, the word no is missing.
Oh. No foul play suspected. Huh. Okay.
Oh, it says it on mine. I did it right somewhere. But not both places. Sorry.
Yeah, and classes will resume tomorrow. So give us the deets, man.
So, a 21-year-old student at Delta State University was found hanging from a tree on the campus this morning in Cleveland, Mississippi. Authorities are saying there's no evidence of foul play. And if you want me to start over, I'll just say that a 21-year-old black man was found hanging from a tree in Mississippi. And there's no evidence of foul play right now. The Bolivar, I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm probably saying it wrong. The Bolivar County coroner says he saw no broken arms or legs during the preliminary examination. Trey's family and people close to him aren't satisfied with that explanation. They're questioning how this could happen to a young man with no known history of depression or suicidal thoughts. The university canceled classes and postponed centennial events today. Counseling services are being offered, and the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation is involved. But for the students, the friends, and the family, I would say that's probably a lot to handle. The optics here are pretty painful, especially in a state and on a campus with a long, complicated history when it comes to race and racial safety. Obviously, their family deserves answers, and communities deserve transparency. And every single death like this has to be met with accountability, not just quick conclusions. And, this story is still unfolding, but there's a lot to be said about how quick we're coming with not just answers, but like conclusive.
Oh, yeah. The
autopsy isn't finished, but you're like, I didn't see anything broken.
Yeah.
Didn't see. I have no reason to believe that this was something that someone else did.
Nothing to see here.
I mean, there should have been a better warning. I'm sorry. I got myself distracted by looking for the Baldwin meme. But there should have been a better warning for this, because that very, very heavy story, and not a lot of story with it yet. This happened today, and I just can't. I can't get over just the idea that there could be any moment where someone is in that position, in that place, and that even, like, if I'm the coroner and I suspect no foul play, I'm gonna wait. I'm
sure.
I'm gonna say,
sure. Hey
guys, welcome back to my channel. I can't talk about it until I've done the full thing. I don't know. It just seems like wild to say that already. Like, the police are saying that. Why does anybody ever believe the police ever? You suspect no foul play. You literally are just basically saying nothing to see here.
Yeah.
The campus is the college is just like heartbreaking. We've talked to the family. This is absolutely awful. Can't believe it happened. This is so heavy. Classes resume tomorrow.
I mean, here's the thing. If law enforcement is so quick to jump to no foul play, that means you believe a white person did it.
So I know my uncle's work when I see it.
Yeah. Oh, this is Freddie and the boys. No foul play. Obviously, this person didn't want to be with us any longer and took it into their own hands.
Yeah, I'm sorry they did it in front of you.
Yeah, come on, man. There's literally no other reason to rush to that conclusion, unless you're trying to cover something up. What's there to cover up? Let's chill. Let's have an investigation and let's get to the bottom of it. But if that's not what we're interested in doing, I think I know why. That it makes complete sense. No, yeah, come on, foul play. Of course. This reminds me of the black student that they found wrapped up in that padding from the gym.
The wrestling mats?
Yeah. It was like, okay. All right.
Yes, he burritoed himself with multiple mats. Yeah. That's a thing a person can do.
Of course.
Apologies, y'all. I definitely, I think I should have gave a better warning on that.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
My bad.
Sorry. Wait, listen, it caught us
Sincerely.
off guard. I'm sorry to have also caught you guys off guard with that. But yeah, it was just like, what are we talking about? So again, we are in Trump's America. Everything gets ramped up. Everyone is emboldened. Racists are more emboldened to do the shit that they obviously love doing. And I'm just going to repeat, some of the sentiment that I've been, sentiments I've been expressing with family members and just the homies, especially around the Charlie Kirk situation. Like, we got to prepare ourselves for the reaction. Like, prime example, Charlie Kirk gets killed, and then HBCUs get threatened. Charlie Kirk gets killed. He does not tour HBCUs.
Wasn't at one.
Wasn't at an HBCU.
And ain't no way that they suspected an HBCU student was the culprit.
Right.
Like, that's, y'all know that's never, not even when you are sitting there telling us in a press conference how much you're praying that it's not someone that looks like you.
That was wild. That was very wild. D.L. Hughley said, you know how I know it wasn't a black person? Because they didn't tell us it was a black person. From the rip. He was like, this happened at a college campus in Utah. If there was anyone black there, he was like, there would have been...
Would have definitely started.
It would have started with that. It would have started with that. The description would have started with that. Even if on the run, at large, someone caught a glimpse of, if there was a single black person there, the description would have started with black male immediately.
Fam.
The fact that it didn't, he was like,
the
immediately.
black male that was recording the incident posted to TikTok.
Yes. Yes. 'Twas him. 'Twas him. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Two things real quick. Michelle said, I honestly regret to inform you that when I Googled this, the AI summary was prepared with several instances of hangings of black men in 2025 where authorities deemed suicide, but family questioned it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
This just keeps happening.
Yeah.
It keeps happening. There's just no... What do you mean these people that have no history in any way of being suicidal are just one day?
Yeah.
When we would know nothing about Ahmaud Arbery if their whole thing didn't get so bungled. If was it the DA? The DA was like, I won't even look into it, buddy. Don't you worry, friend.
Immediately.
Yeah, nothing to talk
The
about.
fact that
there was just a dude, right?
The fact that the DA was contacted so quickly after it happened. Of course, it was a small town situation, but the DA, the sheriffs, the perpetrators were all on the same text thread.
Yeah.
So what happened?
Yeah.
Oh, let's get these boys cleaned up. Nothing to talk about.
Nothing to talk about.
Man.
You think that's not happening in a lot of places, a lot more places and I'm not saying it like that. It's fucking devastating.
Right.
And there's just there's no win. So this is why I'm not arguing with somebody online about what is racism, bitch. Fuck you. What do you mean?
Yeah.
This is right now.
Yeah. And it has been. Right. Exactly.
This isn't the yesteryear.
Yeah.
So, I'm not going to talk to you about was this a good man or not, or what does violence really mean? Bitch, do this.
You mean violence.
Yeah.
You mean violence. All right. We're right on time. Boom.
Okay.
Boom. We're right on time. What'd you say?
We did it.
We did it.
Hurry up, though.
Yes. Okay. So, before we get started, no. Wrong.
Before we go for the break,
if you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe, tell your friends, hit the comments, get active in the chat, all the things. And yes,
I need to see some different numbers when I come back.
Some different people chatting.
No, numbers. I need to see the likes change.
Gotcha.
Do your work at the break.
Gotcha. All right. Okay. Let me get us to break.
Because you're doing it all.
1 second, you guys. I promise I'll be right there.
We'll be right back.
I'll be right back.
You do your things, we'll do our stuff. Right. Look at that. Thank you, Michelle. You are the best.
Okay.
Ambush. Fantastic work.
1 second. We'll get you guys.
There's my artwork.
There. Okay. And I'm gonna mute some mics. And then I'm gonna welcome back.
And we back. Oh, I forgot that one.
You forgot what?
What? Did you hear how gravelly it was?
Oh, I
was like, I forgot to have water.
It didn't sound. That's what you said. It didn't sound gravelly, but even in it sounding gravelly, he's gravelly.
Ow.
So it would have worked.
I just bit my tongue. I've had it. It's time to go to bed.
It's time to go inside the bed. All right, done it.
Okay, and we're back.
And we're back. We're back.
We're serious people about serious things.
Yeah.
You know? We mean it. I feel like I should just address that meme really quickly.
I think you should.
First, thank you for showcasing the finest piece of art I've made in the last few years.
Oh my God.
There's like 6 people who have seen it. So know that you guys are all on the cutting edge of what's about to be, I'm sure, take control of the internet.
That thing's going to end up in the MoMA. All right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Finally, Mama, I made it. No, so shout out to Rhythm. Rhythm put up, there's the picture that's like that.
Mekhi Phifer.
Yes. Mm-hmm. She put that up on Threads and was like, can someone recreate this with Baldwin?
Yeah.
And so yesterday I was busy on other things and was like, yeah, I think I can.
Challenge accepted. And I understand that. Like, you could have like a laundry list of things to do.
Yeah.
And then something else can pop up and that thing will help swing you back into your list.
Yeah.
If you can just, because I can just knock this out real quick.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. You get the dopamine from the completion. You also get the dopamine from the excitement of creating that.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, okay, all right, cool.
I've never had so much fun like cleaning up the cuts of a cigarette. Like, yeah, that's gonna be nice.
Oh my God. And for anyone that doesn't know, Rhythm is the voice that you hear every Thursday morning, welcoming you into our radio broadcast. Yes. Years upon years.
One of the best voices around.
For sure. Upcoming interview soon. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what happened there.
Mm-hmm.
So one, Michelle, I would not have even thought to give it to Ambush. I wouldn't have thought to put it in the Slack, and that's why community is amazing.
Heck yeah.
Thank you.
Teamwork makes the dream work, bruh.
Remote quality control.
That's what she does.
And shout out to Ambush, doing all of the things, all of the stuff right now by himself, getting thrown, new things in this role.
Oh, man.
The setup is pretty snazzy, though. I'll tell you this about that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm very, very happy to be here in this capacity with these tools, courtesy of my residency at the IFCC. Faux show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the new funding systems. I've been telling you guys, apply. The new application window cycle just closed. And I am very happily on the panel, the review panel.
Oh, very cool.
You have the opportunity to be on the review panel if you don't apply. So I was like, oh, well.
Yeah, well.
But you got to be either or.
Yeah. A conflict of interest.
But there are other organizations that allow you to apply and also be on the review panel. They just make sure you don't get your application. Yeah, it's like, oh, let us know immediately, like, as you, because they do, with all these panels, they're like, there's a conflict of interest thing we need you to read. If there's any boxes we need to check off here. And I think it might have been RAC or another organization. And I was like, oh, so I applied for this. They were like, totally fine. Thank you for letting us know. We are aware. You will not see your application. I was like, oh.
I mean, I do appreciate that. And also, cool. I don't know. I feel like there's some saboteuring that could happen, but maybe not. Maybe this is an effective way that I'm just not thinking through. Yeah.
Could be.
Happens all the time.
Something you didn't think was happening was Trump redirecting $500 million to HBCUs.
No.
Tribal colleges amid cuts to other minority programs.
So HBCUs and tribal colleges. Oh man, he's really trying to make everybody turn against what?
The tribal colleges.
I'm reading that wrong.
I'm hearing amid
that wrong.
The cuts.
I heard it wrong.
Yeah.
Put the comma in the wrong spot or something in my head.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. You're like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yeah.
Okay, I'll be quiet.
So the Trump administration announced Tuesday it is redirecting nearly $500 million in federal funding to historically black colleges and universities and tribal colleges, a one-time investment largely financed by cuts to other minority-serving institutions. So you had it right the first time. The Education Department said the move represents a 48% increase in funding for HBCUs and more than doubles funding for tribal colleges, calling it a shift toward merit and excellence. What do you think about that?
I think I just heard it wrong again. What?
Well, Education Secretary Linda McMahon defended the decision, saying the department had determined several existing grant programs were unconstitutional because they were only available to colleges serving certain percentages of minority students. Taxpayers are not funding racially discriminatory programs, but those programs which promote merit and excellence in education, McMahon said in a statement. In addition to the new funding for HBCUs and tribal colleges, the department announced $60 million will be redirected toward charter schools and $137 million to American history and civics grants. The cuts that made the new allocations.
But they don't teach that anymore.
The cuts that made the new allocations possible included $350 million from the Hispanic Serving Institution Program, which was created in 1998 to help close college access and graduation gaps for Latino students.
That didn't even get a good run. You didn't even get a good run.
Nope.
98?
He's like, we're deporting you. Well, why do we need to spend money on your education?
Well, sure.
Yeah. Several smaller programs for colleges serving Asian American, Native American, and other minority programs were also reduced or eliminated. The Education Department argued the programs were not in the best interest of students and families.
Which students and families?
Which families? The decision drew immediate backlash from Democrats and education advocates who said the cuts reversed decades of bipartisan precedent and threatened programs that have fueled social mobility for working class students. A July Justice Department memo concluded that Hispanic Serving Institution grants were unconstitutional because eligibility required that 25% or more of graduates be Hispanic. The Biden administration previously defended the program in court, but the Justice Department under Trump has now declined to do so.
Well,
Yeah.
That's a woke program. It should die.
The lawsuit challenging the Hispanic Serving Institution program, brought by Tennessee and students of fair admissions, argues that universities in Tennessee serve Hispanic students but fail to meet the arbitrary ethnic threshold, costing them tens of millions in funding. While the courts consider the case, the Education Department is flexing new authority under a congressional stopgap spending bill that allows the executive branch to redirect discretionary funds. Critics warn the move could set a precedent for reshaping federal education funding along ideological lines, while the administration touts it as proof of Trump's commitment to HBCUs and school choice. Wrote this right in there with school choice, huh?
I was going to say, I don't think you get to put those two things. One of these things is not like the other.
No. It was right on in there, though.
One of those, no.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're redirecting from
Latino programs
and Asian programs and some Native American programs, yes. Although tribal schools will see an uptick. So
yes.
So this is what I mean. First, they force you to say BIPOC.
Yes.
Which just makes you think that everything's the same. It's all the same. Let's just lump all of you. It's still just, whiteness or other. But anyway, We'll come. Am I yelling?
No.
Thank you. We'll come back to that, I guess.
I got headphones on. I can tell.
Oh, man. I just realized that you've had them on the whole time, not just when we went to break. Do I look at you? I'm sorry.
You look at me.
I do.
But do you see me?
I think not.
Oh.
I know I do. I think. I thought. Anyway, so we're going to do this, take the money away from you, give it to the people that are easiest for you to hate.
My blacks. Look at my black friend over there. Take this money, give it to my blacks.
And the indigenous people that you have done absolutely nothing but dirty.
Right.
Like, at all. So that everybody else can be mad that the HBCUs got something and then we're back to the affirmative action conversation.
He's playing the shell game. Please don't go back
in this loop. Y'all lost bad and you asked for it.
It's real easy. It's real easy. He's playing the shell game. He wants to be able to be like, you know what? You're right. You're right. It is unfair to give all this to the HBCUs. We're going to correct that. We're going to take it on back.
Okay. And then he doesn't give it to the schools that are complaining.
And then it all goes to school choice.
Gave it to my friend RFK.
Yeah. Then it all gets to go to.
Because one thing schools. I know for sure is he'll be able to spend that money right.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. There will be backlash, and he will answer that backlash with revoking the funds. Boom. Yeah. Don't get comfortable, you blacks, at the HBCUs. That funding is temporary.
There are also just days where I don't know how I forget, but that like Linda McMahon,
right,
is the Secretary of Education. What's her title?
Not my secretary.
Education Secretary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just what?
Yeah. That's nonsense. 100% wild. How the fuck are we here? Linda McMahon, Secretary of Education. How?
We should just all be doing a lot of party drugs. Like
all the party drugs.
What's the point?
What Amory say?
Linda McMahon.
How her hook go? Ketamine, something, Molly.
Man, ketamine, coke, and Molly. That's
coke, and Molly
went.
Was the yeah.
I'm already having fun.
Shout out to everybody that went to Best Day Ever Festival.
Best day ever
this weekend. We were able to make it out there on Saturday. We're not able to make it on Sunday. I sustained some injuries on Saturday. As we, it's okay.
No,
you can laugh. Feel free to laugh.
I wasn't laughing at the actual injury. I was laughing at me being like, "You did?" Like sorry, you did.
It's okay.
You did.
It's all right.
Do tell.
Ambush, give yourself to camera.
Oh.
Okay. So here we are. We've parked. Everything's great. We're making our way from the car. If you've been to Edgefield, you know you're parking in a field. All right. So we're making our way.
It's in the name, guys.
Making our way from the car to Will Call. Just, yucking it up, having a good time. Hearing the music. Clothe the God was on. It was great. Morgan's to the left of me. It's a little bit ahead. And I'm like, I'm like, what the heck? So I'm feeling this pain on my, what do you call that down there?
Your calf?
On my calf.
Yeah.
Was it on the front on this one? Yeah, it was on the front. I was like, what the heck? And I looked down and literally there's a bee clinging to my sock, stinging me through my socks. And then I'm like,
Yeah. This is exaggerated. He did not make these noises.
When they were inside, they were I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
So the back of my other calf on fire. And I look back there, and I'm seeing the colors of a bee, but the body is like, how long is this thing? What's going on back there? How long is your stinger? Is this a yellow jacket? Maybe it's a yellow jacket.
Wasp.
In any event, here I am. I've obviously stepped on a nest. It could have been a hornet. Anyway.
Whichever the ones that be in the ground.
Yeah.
I don't think all of them do that.
I am getting torn to pieces. So I start doing this weird dance where I'm just stomping. Wasn't the A-Town stomp. Did not
wasn't a praise stomp.
Wasn't a praise stomp either.
Mm-mm. It was unrecognizable. I was confused.
My low.
Because I also didn't see any bees.
Yeah. From the knees down, it was on fire. On effing fire. So I got them off of me. And, we just got there. So we continue to walk into the
end of the story.
Yeah. We continue to walk into the venue. And we get to Will Call. And listen, man, I'm still feeling this pain. But I'm trying to walk it off. I'm trying to walk it off.
You did a fantastic job is all I'm saying. Like there was, I said it to you twice. Like I would have called it. Like, I'm sorry. I just walked through and now both
my legs?
Both my legs are affected?
Yeah.
Impacted?
Injured.
Multiple stings on each leg. I'd have called it.
It's a wrap. Sorry, babe. You gotta go home.
Hey, man.
I'm gonna need you to drive.
It's a sign. I'm gonna have to
go in there.
Gotta put my legs up. Something. There's no ice in this car.
Oh my God.
Who's gonna take care of me here?
Bruh.
Just kidding. But honestly, I would have considered it.
Yeah, no, understandable.
I would have definitely thought it is it that big of a deal? I've seen all these people before.
I've seen them eat that. Yeah.
Like a couple of times. Amazing.
Yeah.
But if I'm attacked by nature before.
Yo, Cliff.
What up, Cliff? What up, Lakeitha?
Hey.
I don't know. If I'm attacked beforehand, I think it's possible that I'd be like, ambush, I thought, and now I don't.
Yeah. No.
Just saying.
Yeah. Shout out to Monkey.
Definitely.
A situation where we could give some tickets away to some fiancés. Cliff also gave some tickets away. Cliff, we're talking about Best Day Ever Festival and me walking through what was either a bee's nest or a hornet's nest in the ground and my legs getting all stung up. And I'm still feeling it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It hasn't gone away. It's subdued a little bit, But I started looking stuff up. I was like,
I only know how to treat it like the old fashioned, like
with you said the
baking soda and water.
I put some hydrocortisone on it. I definitely I started feeling like tightness in my back, right? So I go to Google. First off, I don't have a bee allergy that I'm aware of, but I go to Google. I'm like, can bee stings cause pain or tightness in your back? And it was like, well, if you have an allergy, I was like, oh,
yeah.
Did I just get one?
And this is why we don't consult Google when something happens.
How else would I know?
I
was like, oh, might.
You have a brother that's a doctor.
It's true.
like that you talk to every day.
Yeah. About Marvel stuff and wrappings. Rap stuff. I talked to my brother doctor about rap stuff. It's true. I don't talk to him about my health much. You guys get your doctor for a brother and talk to them about rap stuff too. You'll love it. Yeah, man. So Best Day Ever Festival. It was great. It was awesome. Really, really good. That was I was really impressed with how on schedule everything went.
Yeah. They didn't mess around.
Nah, no jokes.
I mean, they didn't start early, but
the warm-up started early.
Yeah. It was good. It was great.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
Okay, MJ. I will turn the reins over to you. We're at that part of the show now we've been talking about. We're going to give the people the inside track.
Somewhat. We'll do what we can.
Tomfoolery that has been taking place since the the death of Charlie Kirk?
And a little more than that. Like the
so
yes. The fallout from Kirk's death has made many things clear, but one specifically that we are just not living in the same ecosystem at all. And we may cross paths on the internet, say, hey, comment, story, something, but we are not always on the same internet. Right. You know, like it's just, we're all getting different things. Right. And to be real, I've just basically been, you know, on white supremacy watch for years. Like I don't even consider it me doing that. It's just, you got to keep your eyes on these. You know, you got to know what's out there. So a lot of these names that have been floating around the last few days and the confusion around them and people being like, never heard of that person, never heard of this group, I'm like, I already know them as key players to how we are where we are. And so one, I've, you know, failed us all here a little bit in not sharing that information a little bit more than, but here we are. And I do want to be clear that this is actually not about Charlie Kirk, the man. It's about what he represented, the culture that created him, and the chaos that's surrounding his death. And make no mistake in that chaos isn't random. It's been engineered by billionaire-backed figures like Steve Bannon, who turned that factionalism and disinformation into a global playbook for authoritarianism. Mm-hmm. So none of this is new. This is just another shitty remake. We all said we didn't want it. We didn't need it. And we're here. But when folks say political violence, they're usually talking about an interpersonal moment or like that might have a political motivation to it or like a Nazi getting punched in the face, right? They will call that political violence.
Right.
But political violence is way bigger than that. And it's laws that strip away choice. It's policies that lock people into poverty. It's corporations that poison entire communities. Like the far right runs like an ecosystem and there's a whole, everybody's got their role. Mm-hmm. And they're all working together to produce real world harm. They're not going to call that violence. They're not going to call that political violence, but that's what that is. Is it not violent to put the full force of the federal government behind a man who openly called for the deaths and deportations of millions of people? Is it not violent to see the vice president of the United States host the first episode of the Charlie Kirk podcast after he dies?
That was so wild to me. So wild.
Like those are not neutral decisions. Those are violent priorities, and they're making them clear. Because the same playbook that radicalizes young people online is the same one that shows up as structural violence and interpersonal violence offline. So it's not random. It's not new. It's the system doing exactly what it's designed to do. And from there, we have to rewind a little bit because to understand how these pipelines work and how not new any of this is we got to take a step back and look at the pipeline that feeds modern extremism. And from the street level theatrics to the, meme driven recruitment that we're dealing with right now. So you may have heard of this person. You may not have heard of this person. George Lincoln Rockwell was the founder of the American Nazi Party in 1959. Openly violent, street brawling, they would have rallies and it was all about the theatrics and shock and intimidating crowds of people. early infighting with that movement, within their movement, eventually led to his assassination in 1967 by a former follower and colleague.
Sounds familiar.
Sounds familiar, potentially, you know? That is almost directly analogous. Like, oppressive systems ultimately consume everyone except for those in power. It doesn't matter if you think you're in power. If you are not ultimately the oppressor, the part of the, you know, however many billionaires are a part of that horde or whatever, or you ain't it. It's going to get you at some point. So Rockwell was like the shock troop theatrics, right? 2010s. Let me fast forward us to the 2010s. If you'll all remember Richard Spencer. Hopefully you do remember, because these are the kind of names I should have prefaced. I'm going to say a lot of names and a lot of things that some of y'all may not know, and you are not meant to definitely know these people. Stick with me. Bear with me. If you're like, who the hell's a Bannon and what did this do? And what do you mean 4chan is different than 8chan? If any of that is like super confusing, know that I will be what I have. The conclusion I've come to is there is more information that we need to be putting out about right-wing extremism. And, you know, in all honesty, just want to be a part of stamping out that white-on-white crime.
Right. So don't worry. None of this will appear on the quiz. Yeah. It
won't be on a quiz.
But Morgan will be working on some content moving forward that we'll be putting up that just kind of like breaks all of this stuff down, connects all the red strings on the board for you.
Get my Charlie on. Richard Spencer, bringing it back. 2010s. So Richard Spencer gets popularized by coining the phrase alt-right. And what he was able to do was rebrand fascism at that point as intellectual and presentable. He wasn't necessarily in a suit and tie all the time, but he was not, you know, what he would call a sloppy Joe. Like, he was like, you don't wear sweatpants outside, and you don't, you know, like that kind of thing. No swastikas, you know, but he talked about it all. I mean, like the rhetoric was absolutely, he would tell you flat out, yeah, call me whatever you want. Don't care. That is the least of my worries, which is funny to me because it is literally the least of white people's worries to be called a Nazi or a racist. And they're like, this is the worst thing you can ever do to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was the one who really sort of, he walked so Nick Fuentes and Charlie Kirk could run. Like, without his rebrand of fascism, they wouldn't have had I mean, they're in the same vein, and then just more extreme for one, and maybe not more extreme, just had more time to show us. But yeah, like right around Richard Spencer's time is when you started maybe seeing like the Pepe Frog memes. So
yeah,
and lots more edgelord kind of stuff where people are bringing memes from 4chan and 8chan to they're making them to Facebook.
Listen, I was completely confused by the chans. I didn't know what was what. I thought like 4chan, dark web, Silk Road, and all of this stuff. Then there's 8. I'm like, there's an 8chan. Why is there 8chan? There's already the 4chan. Is it twice as bad as the 8chan? What's going on in here? I don't. And the part of me, you know, that was all conspiracy theory, like late teens, early 20s, that would have been like, I need in, guys. Let me into the chan. How do I get in? I could care less. Couldn't care less.
There you go.
But there's a lot happening over there. There's a lot cooking. Because I remember when I started seeing the Pepe the Frog meme, I was like, what is this frog popping up all over the place? What's going on? What does this even mean?
Well, what?
And the Brandon stuff. I'm like, I don't what's. There's a lot. There's a lot going, and it's it's put up. It puts you off. How do you say it? It's off-putting. It's off-putting. The confusion is off-putting. So, again, I'm saying this so you guys know I live under the same roof with Morgan. And I'll be knowing what this shit is. so if you found yourself coming across some of these names and some of these memes and be like, oh, yeah, I do remember what that. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad for not. It's a completely separate coded language that is taking place right now, right in front of our faces. So much so that.
It's a good way to say that. That
the assassination, I don't want to call it, let me take that back. So much so that the murder that took place last week, mainstream media is still finding the right way to categorize his intentions.
Are they?
Yeah. And it's just like, well, if you guys are paying attention at all, you'd know what she's talking about. And it'd be very easy. No one's like, they're not reporting it as infighting yet. They're just not reporting it as infighting. And it's infighting.
When you do but the MAGAs aren't the Republicans, and the Republicans aren't the Trumplicans, and the so-and-sos aren't the so-and-sos.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's part of it. That's part of the strategy.
Yeah.
So you don't really know which ones you're supposed to even look at, or, like, what they were able to accomplish was taking certain symbols, and sort of make that their coded language, right? And that those symbols became signals to the alt and far right as allegiance.
Got you.
So then, like I said, it makes its way to Facebook. It makes its way to now someone's grandma is seeing the Pepe meme and doesn't know what it means, but thinks it's a cute frog.
Right.
Likes the thing. And then now she's going to get like some of whatever content comes with that. You're going to get a TPUSA. You're going to get a
Turning Points. Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to get what was Richard Spencer's was like the National something Institute. You would have gotten something about them, but he was openly championing an ethno-state and was trying to debate the merits of an ethno-state, like, be fucking for real. This is not, it's a hard position to be in because you don't, you need people to know who these people are and what they're doing. And you also don't want to
platform them, and
platform is the wrong word for me, I think. But you don't want to spread the news, so to speak. But Richard Spencer was a lot. Like, he literally was able to normalize having those conversations, those completely fake fucking race genetic, phrenology conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, and legitimized it by going on shows that should know better, should know that. And by that, I mean, at the very least, you guys have producers and you have like teams of people that could at least know how this person handles any of these kind of conversations. And then what's the thing that they're probably here to do?
Right.
What are you having them on for? And is it just to, let a Jordan Peterson talk until he can't anymore? Or was there a point to having that person on? Anyway, I say that because I distinctly remember him being on a show like Bill Maher or something. I don't know if it was that, but it was like, what are we doing? Because then you're not even ready to push back. Like, you don't even have the correct pushback to why it wouldn't be a good idea for you to have Idaho of all of America.
Right.
Like, he's a person who says, no, I'm not calling for violence to make anybody leave. They'll go on their own.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask them nice.
Yeah.
And then, if that doesn't work, we'll find ways. Anyway, so that's Richard Spencer. I'm going to do a way better job of being quicker, I promise. That brings us to a Nick Fuentes, who emerges as the heir to Spencer's online playbook. In my skip ahead, I did almost skip the very best part about Richard Spencer, and that is, if you did know who he was and you're like, man, I remember that guy, but I can't really, where'd he go? You stopped seeing him after we saw him get punched directly in the face on camera.
It was great. It was so dope. So dope. I loved it.
He was like, oh.
No notes.
Met the consequences of my actions, didn't like it.
Boom.
And I don't know where he is now. Probably doing something awful, but he's not doing it with a huge audience as far as we know.
Did you know?
Another thing that is already on my to-do list.
Did you know Ben Shapiro was on the Breakfast Club last week?
Last week? Why?
Was it September 8th? Yeah, I guess it's last week. Yeah.
What? For what?
Breakfast Club.
Certainly his audience. Was he there to talk about firing Candace Owens? Like what was he there for?
I don't know.
Charlemagne.
Yep.
Okay. Anyway, Nick Fuentes basically took the spot from Spencer, and early Groypers adopted that meme harassment campaign kind of thing, like I'm just gonna meme you to death. They mock mainstream conservatives and use like super irony heavy internet culture to recruit and radicalize young men. That is his job. From 2019 onward, Groypers openly target figures like Charlie Kirk and anyone that they consider to be too moderate, right? Charlie Kirk, in his own words, you have heard him say some non-moderate things a lot. And
sure.
So, for a lot of people, it's hard to understand what you mean by not extreme enough. Well, Nick Fuentes, again, is the dude that was like, yeah, it's your body, it's my choice. He means that.
For sure.
I don't know if he means it in public, like he would fight you about it, but he means it from behind his desk, you know?
Very safe.
So what starts as trolling with them online can turn into real world harm.
So Nick Fuentes' faction trolling Charlie Kirk's faction.
So they actually get into a beef, if you will.
Okay.
Let me see. I have my timeline of the Groypers versus the GOP, because 2019 they started basically just harassing Charlie Kirk and following him around on his college tours and being a bunch of the people in the audience asking the questions and sort of trying to do purity test style questions for immigration and Israel and LGBTQ rights. Like one dude asked, how does anal sex help us win the culture war?
Jesus.
Like that's the Groyper culture. That's what we're going to do. We're just bringing the memes to life. And if you've never watched any Nick Fuentes content, good for you.
Yeah, for real.
For real, good for you.
Also, the name might sound a little bit familiar because him and Kanye were kicking it for a little while. And they got invited to the White House. That was either during Trump's first term. Do you remember that?
No, I do. It took me a second. We're talking about too many of these people. I was like, Charlie Kirk? Wait.
No, sorry, Nick.
No.
Yeah, Nick Fuentes.
No, yeah, that definitely happened. That was before the White Lives Matter shirts, I think.
Yeah.
So that was
exactly. Yep. So we're talking about someone
doing great.
Even so much further to the right of Charlie Kirk. This is who Kanye's kicking it with. Right before the White Lives Matter. Yeah. Let's go see Trump. Let's go hang out with Trump.
It tracks.
Yep.
In 2020 and 2021, they kept getting kicked out of conservative events, like all over the place. And so then they would show up to Turning Point summits, get kicked out. They like the GOP leadership has tried very much to ignore them, but they also can't. Like they're the flood the hall kind of group, you know? Gotcha. The Jan 6ers did nothing wrong but not wear masks to not get caught. In 2022, they went to CPAC. They totally ambushed CPAC and got kicked the fuck up out of there as well. At CPAC, Charlie Kirk called them a white supremacist and said that their views, and CPAC said that their views were incompatible with the event, which is hilarious because they all think the same thing. It's just the packaging. It's just the packaging and the means to get to the end that they're looking for. Those are the differences. But they have the same plan. Yeah, they want the same thing. Yeah. They have the same end goal. So they were directly beefing. Do not right now. Nick Fuentes is out here, and this is not me saying that I know for certain that is who what's the killer's name? Travis?
Tyler.
Mm-hmm. I don't know for certain if he was or wasn't. It certainly points to it. I mean, the messages on the bullets, that is that culture. So unless, we're doing a false flag or whatever they think is happening now, those are the kind of things that it would track. Right. And Fuentes is out here right now on some I'm being framed and my, the Groypers are being framed and how dare this happen? And my man, you did a coordinated attack on this dude for hella long. Right. For years. Right. What do you mean?
How do you think you're not responsible for this?
Well, I'm not even saying that you're responsible for it, but I'm saying pretending as if it would be wild that you were what a great man every day. Not even a little bit. You were he's a bitch.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. I just mean, you were doing a lot. And in that doing a lot, that could have radicalized some people. Yeah. That could have radicalized one person. One of the things that kills me is the idea, acting like that one radicalized person that did the moita isn't a big enough deal. Right. I didn't radicalize 115 of them. Did you need to? Does it mean that the one that you did that did the thing is that's NBD?
Right. That wasn't enough?
Right. So, there is speculation that the shooter might be a Groyper, but I think it's more important to talk about we are 4 days out, 5 days out. There's zero reason that we think we should have every single piece of the puzzle, right? Mm-hmm. But in the day and age that we live in or whatever, people think that you can literally solve the crime
instantly
within 48 minutes.
Yeah.
And let me tell you this. The propaganda is so fucking strong. You expect the people that were out there, Cash Patel talking about, I see you in Valhalla. You expect these people to be the ones that... What?
Ew, why would you bring that up?
Punk, bitch. My brother, what did he say?
We have the watch.
We have the watch.
We have the watch, my brother. We'll see you in Valhalla.
You won't.
You won't. You
won't.
You will
not
never.
Not by any definition of such thing.
No, sir.
Fucking hell. My point. You think those people are going to solve a fucking crime? You think Cash Patel, any of the people that he is in charge of, that he's directing anyone to do anything in a way that it'll then get done?
Because they fired the woman who was the director at the state level.
Who needs her?
They were not able to lock down the airports in time.
I mean, in all honesty, I'm always wondering if there's a vagina involved, is there competency or not? You know? Because really, why would the director on the local level even need to be there? We don't even need one. Let's streamline this.
She was also brown, so we need to get her up out of there.
Well, why'd she have that job in the first fucking place?
Yeah.
Charlie Cook would say that she had it because she was brown, and affirmative action is the only reason why she got it, and there are no skills to back that up. She's just, Fruit Loops playing all day. Diamonds look like pee-pee. And at no point has she put together a coherent thought or ran the fucking local FBI.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Back to the story.
Right.
I went to one tab and then now I'm back in this one. I have no idea where I am in that thing. Okay. Yes. So political violence and the far right ecosystem. Now that we sort of, if you remember, I don't know, 78 seconds ago, I don't. But we went over sort of that historical pipeline from Rockwell to Fuentes, and the broader ecosystem that turns that ideology into action online, on the streets, in politics, and in culture. This is where political violence lives. It's not just in guns and punches, but in policy, culture, and structural harm.
Yep.
We also have to anchor this with Steve Bannon, a central architect who turned factionalism and disinformation and media manipulation into a global strategy for authoritarianism, where he's been funded by billionaires so that he can then fund other, growing projects, amplifying and coordinating many of these networks, which is just showing how billionaires can weaponize chaos for power. That's really what it is. So I want you to kind of think about it in the way that there are these different levels, but they all work. They all have their role. It's like different departments are all working within the headquarters of white supremacy.
White supremacy HQ.
HQ, yes.
Gotcha.
So you've got the street level, the enforcers, the Proud Boys, your Patriot Prayer, your Boogaloo Boys, Aryan Brotherhood. Those are the hyper masculine street fighters. The protest protectors.
The other one? Something front.
Patriot Front. Can't forget about those those fellers showing up in the khakis and the U-Hauls. And the Hammerskins and other skinheads. Like these are the groups that are what we could call old school violent.
Boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground, if you will. And then you've got the ideological and the recruitment arms, the brains of the outfit, if you will. They're not smart, but like Ben Shapiro, he talks fast and he says things with authority, and so people, or with confidence, and so people think he knows what he's talking about. And he just be chatting shit, as they say.
Yeah.
Like
chatting bad shit.
Yeah. Anyway, so their role: spread the propaganda, normalize rhetoric, radicalize young men. That's going to be your Groypers, your Nick Fuentes, your debate bro, edgelord. I'm just asking questions. Your Joe Rogans, your red pill, your black pill. Let me know in the chat if you have no idea what the hell I'm talking about, because if that's the case, then I will add some of these things to my existing to-do list.
Right.
And the incel, that all kind of gets like braided together. And then you've got the Richard Spencers and the sort of polished, intellectualized.
There you go.
Fascism. So these ones recruit the next wave of culture warriors. They're the ones that are getting them in the shits, right? And then you have a political and legislative arm, like the tie wearers. Their role is to write the laws, to infiltrate institutions,
lobbyists,
to give violent ideas legitimacy. Absolutely. To lobby the Moms for Liberty, the TERFs, the constitutional sheriffs and the oath keepers, and the America First candidates like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Matt Gaetz and others that take extremist talking points directly into Congress.
Yeah.
Take it directly from 4chan, right? So they make violence look legal. They make it like not a big deal. Was it? They're the ones that get us to the point where we're looking at someone like Charlie Kirk and people are saying, well, how could he be violent if he didn't kill anyone? And like, it's those kind of people. And then the feckless Democrats who say absolutely fucking nothing about anything, certainly not enough to combat any of these talking points that they're able to get away with.
Yeah, they move like they're completely unaware of all these different levels of what you just described. It's like they're just clueless. They're just absolutely clueless.
We're just all rugged individuals at the end of the day. Yeah. And there's no connection here.
Yeah.
None of these things could be connected. So then you've got the culture normalizers, the mask, so to speak, that make extremism look respectable or at least debatable, right? That's your Heritage Foundation. That's your Turning Points USA. That's Kirk. That's Shapiro, the Daily Wire, the media pipelines that just mainstream these conservative talking points directly to youth.
PragerU.
Fox News, One America News, Newsmax, all of those are going to do that with the older folks and just continue to sanitize fascist rhetoric and make it as if it is completely reasonable to want troops to come into a city to clean it up because it's just, the citizens can't get around any of the unhoused citizens. So obviously, death becomes her.
Fox News is one I like to, not necessarily just highlight, but I like to remind people of how dangerous Fox News is. And then also, Fox, it's like they do kind of like this separation, right? Fox News, Fox Sports. Where do you watch? You're tuned in for Fox Sports over here. The Simpsons on Fox. Like, Fox is this huge media conglomerate. And it's easy for us to dismiss Fox News and be like, oh, that's fake. That's Fox News. They're loons over there. Do you think that's the only place where they're looning it up? Like,
oh, certainly not.
You know what I'm saying? Like within the whole Fox ecosystem. Like, sorry, but go ahead. Yes.
These are going to be your daughters of the Confederacy too. That normalize the lost cause ideology.
Let's get these statues back up.
Exactly.
Yeah. Talk
to them. And then finance and infrastructure. And who's that? That's the quiet money men. That's the billionaires. That's the we need these things to get back to what we wanted it to be or whatever. I don't know what they say. And I don't know why they even leave their, castle homes. I feel like there's plenty of reasons to just stay on your property, and do a bunch of cool stuff there. I don't know. They keep the machine funded and give it material support and reach. And they really do give the material support. The Mercers, the Koch Network, Peter Thiel. There are so many that give so generously. So generously. And then that doesn't include in any way the dark money groups that do all of this without saying they're doing this. But, we're going to see or we will see people making money in the way of like gun show circuits and merch sales like Rittenhouse and Zimmerman. And the finance people just make sure the gears keep turning and that there's money to be made from all of this, I do just want to mention that there's like you're seeing that urge, I guess, for people to be sympathetic or empathetic or like we've talked about the ecosystem of the far right. And I think we have to talk about how the public reacts to the violence and chaos that it produces. Yeah. Especially when it's someone like Kirk, this is where like colonial conditioning and empathy and historical patterns of white supremacy all sort of intersect, because here we are watching people have sympathetic responses to this. And we've talked about it in the way of them not knowing who he was. But there is the component of feeling immediately
obligated.
Not even necessarily obligated, but having feelings when something like that happens to a white person in front of.
Oh, sure.
Right?
Definitely.
And so white Americans and others have been conditioned by white supremacy. We are literally taught, often unconsciously, but heavy-handedly, to feel empathy for violent white leaders when they die. This person was, you know, we're supposed to, like you had said earlier, don't speak ill of the dead. Yeah. And I just can't get over, like, who do you think taught you that?
Right.
Who does that serve? It serves the legacy of the person who did the most harm, and the ability and willingness and so quick to not just discard and erase the millions of black and brown bodies that lie in the wake of the whitewashed history.
That fell prey to that.
Right. Just erase it all, because really there's nothing to talk about. There was no violence. There was no this. That's not what's ever happened. You know, this is a country founded on ideas and debate and conversation. And in what fucking regard? It's just not real. And so we are now back at the place where we are arguing the things that aren't real instead of the real things about the real thing that happened.
Right. Your death does not erase your life.
No. Yeah. And to contrast it with the lack of empathy for victims of white supremacist violence, y'all ain't got shit to say for somebody who's hanging from a tree. Not a lot to say when it's George Floyd.
Right.
Right? Like, there are people right now calling for, you know, you need to be fired. You need this, the cancel culture warriors of get this cancel culture out of here. Like, fire them, put them in front of a firing squad. As a matter of fact, I actually don't want to spend taxpayer dollars on a jail. Make them go directly to dead. That's what they're saying about people who are not even celebrating, but are just saying, this is what that one person said. There should
be a consequence for that.
I don't celebrate that.
Right. Right.
I saw somebody say, your hero was George Floyd. Mine is Charlie Kirk. We are not the same. And like a fucking duh.
Wild.
Also, you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. And maybe you do.
That's the scary part. Maybe you actually do. Thank you for identifying yourself. The
thing that makes me upset is that y'all are the ones who do the demon and hero shit. Nobody is making George Floyd a hero. No. We just weren't about to fucking give Derek Chauvin a high five.
Right.
And in the lack of him getting a high five for doing the moita, y'all were like, egregious.
Right.
That black man didn't even die because of that. That's a drug overdose. So anyway, if I've ever seen one.
Right. Because you're an expert.
Not just you're an expert, but you also have you have been conditioned to look at Black Death and be like, and what's for lunch?
Yeah.
And some of y'all had mamas and daddies and grannies and papas that celebrated.
That actually celebrated. I have photos from those lynchings.
Right. So these people, the people right now that are saying, how dare you celebrate? How could you? This is crazy. Was it y'all's mamas that was high-fiving when MLK was assassinated? Was it them?
Right. Right.
Because that was happening, documented.
Right.
We don't have to think, we don't have to guess. And we don't have to ask your Mima if she remembers or not. It's there. And Anyway, my thing is way too long, so we're done. I didn't do my job yet again.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
I thought I'd be able to run. We could run through that a little quicker.
Listen, it's a part one. That's what it is. We'll finish it up and put it in the Patreon.
What a waste. I'm just going to throw the whole thing away.
Jeez. Oh, my gosh. You guys pay her no mind. Listen, this was amazing. Thank you. I learned a lot. I am very interested in...
The way you said that was like you were not. Yes, I'd love to come to your timeshare presentation.
You've never seen me in the classroom.
Would you?
You've never seen me earnestly in a classroom
allow me
setting.
to come to that?
That's what it is. Well. Like me earnestly. Like
okay.
Being excited. But, had a conversation with Kaylin earlier today. One of her instructors, she said it's like watching an SNL skit.
Oh,
He's
wow.
such a great instructor. She's like, I feel like I'm not sure if I'm learning. I'm laughing the whole class.
I don't have any idea if I've learned a thing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So yeah. I don't feel like I'm in school right now, but I know I just got a lot of information, which makes me more curious. So yes. I think I share that sentiment with some of our listeners, some of our viewers. But yes.
That was another episode of News with My Fiance. Monday night, Raw Live, in person, live Raw.
Boom.
In the books.
Boom.
Thank you for spending this quality time with us.
This episode was made possible by our in-studio crew. Ambush this week. Normally Jess.
Yes.
And our remote crew, Kyle of Residual Audio, Rossum, and Michelle. Shout out to our studio sponsors, L&J Industries, for providing this amazing space, temperature-controlled space and every week. It's so nice. So nice. And, of course, big thanks to all of you for watching, listening, and staying engaged with us.
And stay engaged with us all week. Follow us on Instagram at News with My Fiance. Follow Ambush at Scambeezy. Follow me at Portland Morgan. Become a member. Sock it to our pockets over at patreon.com/News with My Fiance.
Boom. Check out our merch over at newswithmyfiance.com/merch. More designs coming soon. Treat yourself to one of everything. And an extra enthusiastic thank you to the fiancés putting their money where their mouth is over at Patreon. We sincerely appreciate y'all's support.
Shout out to Casey,
C's,
Cher Bear,
Ella,
Jay,
Katie,
Kyle,
Michelle,
Olivia,
and Rossum.
And our growing stable of free 99 fiancés. Thank you all for your support and encouragement and staying engaged with us.
Yeah. But you know what it is? Don't let the individuals distract you from the systems. Poverty is a policy choice. People over profits. No war but class war. Go hard on systems and not people. And we will catch you Thursday morning, 7:30 a.m. on X-Ray FM.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. And you can catch this show streaming live on YouTube every Monday night from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. And our podcast episodes are available everywhere you listen to podcasts except Spotify.